Okay, so for this deep dive, we're jumping into Haggai chapter 1.
hmm A short book, but really packs a punch.
It absolutely does. It sets up this situation.
Yeah.
People are back from exile in Babylon. They're home.
Which you'd think would be a time of, rebuilding everything important,
Right. But while they're busy setting up their own houses, getting comfortable,
making them look nice, even uses the word paneled.
exactly, paneled houses. Meanwhile, the temple, the Lord's house, it's just sitting there in ruins.
And their excuse, they're actually saying, oh, it's not the right time.
Yeah, the time has not yet come to rebuild the Lord's house. That's the core tension right at the start.
And that's where the message through Haggai comes in, really challenging that.
He asks them point blank, doesn't he?
He does. Is it a time for you yourselves to be living in your paneled houses while this house, meaning the temple, remains a ruin?
It's such a direct question, pitting their comfort against, well, their commitment.
And it highlights this stark contrast in priorities.
Yeah.
Personal ease versus communal spiritual focus.
Yeah. And the text doesn't just state the problem. It links it directly to consequences they're already feeling.
Oh, definitely. It gets very specific about their struggles.
Like what? Can you run through some of those?
Sure. It lists things like, you plant a lot, but you harvest very little.
Okay.
You eat, but you never quite feel full. You drink, but you're never satisfied.
Huh. That's vivid.
You put on clothes, but you don't get warm.
Yeah.
And maybe the most pointed one.
The money one.
Yeah, you earn wages, you work for that money, but it's like putting it into a purse or a bag with holes in it. It just vanishes.
Wow. That image of a purse with holes, that's something I think anyone can understand. That feeling of money just slipping away.
It really captures that sense of effort not leading to security, doesn't it? Just constant, frustrating drain.
And the reason given is just so direct.
No ambiguity at all. Haggai says, basically, this is happening because of God's house lying in ruins, while each of you is busy with your own house.
A direct cause and effect. Neglect this central thing and see the ripple effects in your everyday life.
Exactly. And it wasn't just personal finances or food. It affected the whole environment.
Right. The text mentions the land itself suffering.
The heavens holding back dew, the earth not producing crops, a drought affecting everything: fields, mountains, grain, new wine, oil.
So everything they relied on, people, animals, all their work.
Yes, the drought hits people and cattle and all the labor of your hands. It shows how interconnected everything was seen to be. Their priority problem had ecological and economic consequences.
Okay, so it paints a pretty bleak picture, but
Yeah.
the chapter doesn't just leave them there, right? There's a shift.
Absolutely, it pivots.
Yeah.
The leadership, Zerubbabel the governor and Joshua the high priest, and the text says the whole remnant of the people, they actually listen.
They hear Haggai's message.
You hear it, and crucially, it says they obeyed the voice of the Lord their God. And it adds, the people feared the Lord.
So a change of heart. From apathy or misplaced priorities to reverence and action.
Precisely. And that obedience is met immediately with encouragement.
Ah, the message. I am with you.
Yes, Haggai delivers that directly from the Lord. I am with you. It's a promise of presence tied to their willingness to realign.
And does that presence translate into, ability to actually do the work?
It seems so. The next verse says the Lord stirred up the spirit of the leaders and all the people.
Stirred up their spirit. So it wasn't just a logical decision, but some kind of internal motivation, an empowerment.
That's how it reads. Like divine enabling, meeting their human choice to obey. It moves them past the procrastination.
And the result.
They actually do it.
Yeah.
They came and began to work on the house of the Lord Almighty.
Finally getting started.
And it even gives a specific date, which emphasizes the reality of it. The 24th day of the 6th month in King Darius's second year. The delay was over.
It's interesting how the phrase, give careful thought to your ways, appears twice. It seems key.
It really brackets the whole argument, doesn't it? Consider your actions, see the consequences, now consider changing your ways.
Yeah, the whole chapter is this case study in priorities and outcomes. Misalignment leads to frustration, that purse with holes, but obedience leads to presence and progress.
It really forces you to reflect, doesn't it? What are we, maybe individually or even as communities, carefully paneling in our lives, while perhaps neglecting something more fundamental, something core to our purpose or well-being?
That's the takeaway question, isn't it? Following that instruction, give careful thought to your ways.
Yeah. What happens, maybe in small ways, maybe bigger ones, when our focus, our energy, isn't quite aligned with what truly matters? Haggai suggests the impact can be wider than we think.
Right down to that feeling of everything just draining away, something definitely worth reflecting on.